Hi everybody. Again, thanks for coming back. I need to have a better opening than that. I need to Good morning Vietnam or something. I gotta think of something more original. But anyway, I really appreciate you coming back, and I do value your time very much. So I really appreciate it. And let me tell you how much I value it. And I won't want to waste the time telling you how much I value it by wasting it again. But I've already shot this video once. It ran right at 40 minutes, and I just couldn't even bear to even start editing it. I was just like, no, this is just crap. And I made some mistakes, and I didn't shoot myself. No, not that mistake. I had the camera turned around, mirror image or non-mirror image, whatever, so that you could read WIC on that sign. But the problem is then it's not a mirror for me, and I realize I spent a lot of time in the video trying to manipulate things with my hands, and it was very difficult because it was not a mirror for me. So anyway, the title you've already seen. I hope I'm going to call this something like Unloading Guns or something. So again, if you're anti-gun or if you just don't care, please punch out now because, well, I'd like you to stay, but if you have to go because you don't want to be here, certainly, no, don't, no hard feelings. I understand people have topics they don't care about, and they have topics they might be interested in, or they might not think they're interested in them, but if they stick around they might find something interesting. But maybe I'll try to do something first before the actual gun stuff, because that's what happened last time. I just won't go so long. Is that housekeeping stuff? Okay, Dire Straits, Why Worry? I've used that before. I did try 5 or 6 or 7 other songs this time. Santana and a couple different things. I won't tell you what they are. It's not a secret. It just takes time to tell you. Anyway, they just didn't work out. There was more vocals in them than I thought, or the dynamic range was bigger than I thought it was going to be, and it just was not a good song for background vocals, for background music. And I've used this before, and I know it works well for that, so I just went back to it. So I didn't want to spend all evening on it. And on that end of not spending all evening on it, although now I've spent 40 minutes and I'm starting over again. So again, that's how much I value your time, is that I don't want to waste even a few minutes. If I can get a few minutes back by doing this better, I will. That John Wick poster, I realize that the further it is over that way, the better for seeing it. But it's a balancing act, and I was just too much in a hurry. I didn't want to spend a bunch of time, so I didn't tape it all up and stuff like I do a lot of times. I just set it there, and I set it there in a way that it felt like it was balanced, and it was for about 30 seconds. So I set it there, I let go of it, it stayed. I'm like, okay. And then I walked back over here and I sat down. About the time I got to sit down in this chair, sure enough, yeah, kaboom! That solid steel painting went crashing over into that corner and just destroyed this HDMI cable. And I'm not shedding a tear over a 6-foot HDMI cable. It would sound like I'm exaggerating, but I don't think I am. I probably have 100 cables around here. Every kind of cable. You name it, I've got that cable. And HDMI cables, I got like 10 of those. I could just bring them right out. So I'm not shedding a tear over the loss of it, but it was just funny the way that stainless steel painting hit that HDMI cable at the junction and just shredded it to pieces. It was like a bomb went off. I never saw a cable have such a bad day as that one did. So, and then the other housekeeping thing I was trying to do is I realized I was going to need more space to work in that was not below the camera down here. If I'm doing stuff here, you can't tell. I got to be up here doing it, right? So I need the camera further away, or I could get further away too. But I did a little bit of both. But it's funny because while I do try to keep the space behind me pretty cleared off, because just in case, well, not just in case. I mean, I've shot like 30 of these videos, maybe more. So that's going to happen. So I try to keep it clean. But believe me, other than that, I don't know what it is about me. Every horizontal surface gets covered in crap. it does. So this table right here in front of me is just covered with junk of all kinds. And so as I was pushing the screen, well, pushing the monitor and the camera that's on top of it back, every half inch I'd push back, I'd hear as stuff went crashing off the back of it, whatever it was. It fell, it just was like a little snow avalanche or something. It just, as I kept pushing it, stuff just kept falling off the back. I don't know what it is. I'll find out later on. I can see there's a subwoofer under there and a uninterruptible power supply, UPS, and a nice power strip, a good quality power strip, not those crappy ones that you get at the hardware store for $9. No, it's a good one. But anyway, I can see that the junk that's fallen off is all tangled up, or is all mixed up in there, so I'm going to have a time digging it all out, but that's okay, because I just have an amazing collection of just completely weird stuff. I don't even know how in the world. Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I tilted the camera down a bit, again, so I could have more workspace. And so I'll be cutting off the top of my head sometimes like this. But anyway, that's what the top of my head looks like, more or less. So, you're not missing anything. Actually, it's getting kind of long, isn't it? One of my good friends, I said something about having a haircut tomorrow night, and she's like, no, don't get your haircut. No, it looks better that way. It looks better longer. And so, I'm like, okay. So, lesson in life there, if you happen to have, for whatever reasons, a beautiful young woman in your life in any fashion, take their advice. If they say, you look better in green shirts than blue, throw it on, set fire to all your blue shirts and wear nothing but green, whatever. Take their advice. So yeah, when she said, no, it looks better longer, I'm like, done. I canceled the haircut appointment. But it is getting longer, and so I'm going to deal with it because, again, advice from the right places is key. I mean, it's gold, right? It's gold. You get advice from some people like that. So yeah. So junk. Here's a red clown nose. Yep, right there. Here's my dad's challenge coin from the Marine Corps. Here's a thermometer. This is from when I was running a low-grade fever for, like 2 months. I was running this low-grade fever, and I'd go to the doctor, and he was my doctor for like 10 years. Well, not was, he still is. But it was close for a while. I was deciding about whether to just get rid of him because he stood right there in his office, and he told me, "There's nothing wrong with you." And I'm like, "Oh, no. It's my body. I'm quite sure there's something wrong with me when I tell you there's something wrong with me. I got this low-grade fever." And as the joke goes, when you say, how's it go? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was. I had had it. I was done. With this low-grade fever. Oh, I just hate it, and I'm just terrible about fever. As I've said before to people, maybe even here, if I had a choice between 102 grade fever or break my arm, I would say just break my arm. I'll take the broken arm. It'll hurt, yes, quite a bit for a while, and then put it in a cast, reset the arm, put it in a cast, give me some pain meds, and I'll deal with that for 6 or 8 weeks or however long I have to wear the cast. I'll take that easily over having a 102 fever for 8 weeks. Of course, you might die if that's the case. You get something else wrong with you, but anyway, I just hate fever. And the low grade fever, no, it was like 100, barely, 100.1, something like that. It was not a big deal. But I got to give my doctor credit. He did run some more blood tests. He didn't just kick me out of his office when he told me there was nothing wrong with me. He ordered some more blood tests, and they tested for HIV and hepatitis C and Lyme disease and lupus and scurvy and rickets, and yeah, I don't know what all they tested for, but they tested for some of the stuff they don't normally do with the Chem 7 or Chem 20. It, tells you your A1C level, and tells you your cholesterol, and tells you whether your liver and kidney are working or not. Now, he did some more tests looking for other stuff, but I gotta say, I'm not gonna start saying I had COVID-19, but they didn't know to test for that back then, and none of those tests were testing for that. And I had this low-grade fever, and I couldn't shake it, and I didn't have really any other symptoms. But anyway, not important. Crazy stuff. Yeah, here's a box of breath mints, and just all kinds of stupid. There's a card. This is from Cena Drums. It is actually, you pop it open like that, and it's a USB drive, which is very cool. Holds I think it's 32 gig, maybe 64 gig, something like that, and then it just clips, and it's like a credit card. Very cool. And it's laying there, and just here, earbuds. Of course, I got a million of these laying around. I don't like them at all. I've got a set of headphones over there, Barodynamic DT770 Pro, 80 ohm, and they're not the best headphones for the money. No, they're the best headphones, period. I mean, I'm sure you could spend $1,000 on headphones and maybe beat these by 5%. But again, they're not just, they're a good value for the money. No. They're just great headphones. They are. So, but anyway, yeah, I got those things and scraps of paper. God, I don't even want to look at those. Figure out what's on them. Yeah, and then some normal stuff like ink pens and stuff. But anyway, as I was pushing the thing back, stuff was falling off the back. And as I talk about Ghetto, like I said, so I did, after that thing fell, I did it better. I put it up there. I got black electrical tape, and that John Wick thing is going to stay now. And I thought, since I'm going to do guns eventually, although we're at 12 minutes now, I haven't even touched a gun. But yeah, Ghetto. One of the things I was mentioning before. And why do I have the... a little bit of light there, maybe it's okay. I'll turn it off first. If I turn it off, it's a pain in the ass to turn back on. Oh, I know what it is. Hang on a second. Nah, it's iTunes, I guess. Anyway, we could use more light if I'm going to show you something. But there's a light over there. I've probably mentioned this before. It's got a black T-shirt on it now. I should look and see what kind of black T-shirt that is. But the problem is I can't get to it. It's hard to explain, but I cannot get back there easily. When the light bulb burns out, it's a big production to get back there and change a light bulb. So I couldn't just go back there and mess with the lampshade or change the bulb to a lower wattage. No, it was way too much trouble for that. So I just took a T-shirt from here, black T-shirt, and I just went, and I just threw it, and it landed just the way I wanted. It landed just right on that lampshade. I couldn't have placed it there better if I had walked over there and laid it on there somehow. It worked out just fine to give me just the right amount of light that I want off of that lampshade, and so it stays like that. So that's fine unless you're in this room looking around and then you're seeing half-ass clothing hanging off of lampshades, and it's pretty ghetto. It is. So sorry about that. Well, I guess apologize to you because you don't see it, but it's there. Okay, let's do some guns. And I don't want to make them. This is one of the main mistakes I made, was I flipped the camera back around now because I realized that for the cost of having wick be backwards, it was making me take too long to manipulate what I wanted to do because everything was backwards for me from what I expected it to be, and I was always reaching the wrong direction and doing the wrong thing. So it's better now. Okay, so so this is going to be about unloading very, very loaded guns. So I would still say, if you're not comfortable, just leave it alone and call somebody who does know what they're doing and have them come get it. But if you were paying attention before, to the rules I was trying to talk to you about, don't point at anything you don't intend to destroy. Never let the barrel be pointed that way, and don't put your finger inside the trigger guard. Never touch the trigger unless you're ready to shoot somebody or something. So just if you continue to do that, you'll be fine, even with the situation where you have come across a gun and you don't know anything about them still other than what I've told you there. Just do that. But again, call somebody if that's what you're comfortable with. But if you want to know how they work more, and that's the thing, I realized I did a bad job of that. Well, I did such a bad job, I did no job of it. I just jumped into how they worked. I did some of the rules, yes, and then I just started jumping in on how they work and how you can change the length of the of the butt stock on the AR-15 and, you know, lasers over here and stuff. And I realized I didn't cover at all how to unload a loaded weapon. Okay. And probably for the good of the time here, I don't have everything here. I don't have a pistol. I mean, sorry, I got pistols. I don't have a revolver because I hate them. So I don't have one of those to show you. But if you come across a revolver, again, don't take my advice as gospel and hurt yourself somehow, heaven forbid. But there'll be a release, there'll be a catch that when you push it, the cylinder will fall open. If you have it turned that way, you know, gravity will make that thing. It's pretty heavy. The cylinder, even empty, it's heavy, and it'll have 6 rounds in it probably. That's the whole point of this, is that the guns are loaded, right? So it'll fall open, and what I would say in that situation is, while it's open, take a zip tie or something and stick it through that big opening that you've now made, and pull the zip tie. Now it won't close, and if it won't close, it won't fire. So you've made it safe. Or there's going to be another fairly obvious little thing to push on the front. It's got a little spring on it. It'll kick all 6 of those rounds out of the holes that they're in, and they'll all fall into your lap, and then it'll be empty. So then it's safe too. So anyway, so that, and then shotguns. I have a shotgun downstairs, but it's the one that my dad taught me how to shoot with, or not taught me how to shoot shotgun with, and teach me how to shoot, sniper rounds with. But it's the shotgun that we used to use for trap shooting and skeet shooting, clay pigeons, and it's a lot of fun. And it's a semi-automatic. You don't use a pump action for that because they're too slow. Because with the when you're doing that, you're shooting these clay pigeons. They're going opposite directions. These pieces of clay, or clay pigeon, I guess that's what they're made out of, porcelain or clay or something, and they're going opposite directions. And so you get on the first one, when you say pull, and you shoo, there they go. You get on the first one, bam, and if you hit it with the whole pattern, it'll just into a puff of black smoke. You just destroy it. And if you don't hit it with the full pattern, it'll break. If you hit it with a few pieces of the pattern, a few shots, it'll break it, of course, and it'll break into 3 pieces. That still counts, but it's not as impressive as if you drill it with the main core of the pattern. It'll just turn to black powder. But then you got to get onto the other one, which is going the other damn direction, and you got to get onto it before it falls back to the earth, and bam, get it. So it's like bam, bam, fast. So you don't have any time for that pump action foolishness, and they don't use pump action shotguns for skeet shooting or trap shooting and that sort of thing. They're semi-automatic, but there's trade-offs. But anyway, I don't. The thing is, I got the 16 gauge shotgun when my dad passed away. I just ended up, here you go. And turns out I don't have a single shell for it. I don't have any ammo for it. So I can't show you how to unload a shotgun if I don't have it loaded. I can't load it because I don't have any ammo at all. Not one shell. No. So. Okay, and then we talked about revolvers, so that's that, and that's that. So now thirdly, it would be semi-automatic handguns, of which I have plenty. But they're all the same, so we're just going to use this, my Glock 43, which is my everyday carry weapon. And it is way loaded. There's 8 rounds in the mag, and there's 1 up. So there's 9 rounds in this, and it is ready to fire. As long as, but see, I'm keeping my finger off the trigger certainly, and not even inside the trigger guard. Nope. Never. And also pointed in a safe direction at all times. Okay, but so here's generally the deal with all the, there's only going to be 2 left we're going to do. But the thing is, you can't unload it, just like right now, you can't unload it because it's going to reload with the next round that's in here, and you just be there all day. Well, you'll be there for 9 rounds. So the first thing you want to do is get the magazine out of it so it can't keep reloading itself. So then it'll only have 1 round, right? Okay, so Yeah, this is going to go better already because now that everything's not backwards for me. So this is the slide lock that we talked about before. If you saw the other video, you can push it if you want. Nothing's going to happen because the slide's not locked back. And then this is it's the takedown for taking it apart. I wouldn't recommend messing with that. I've never actually tried to mess with it while the gun's loaded, of course, but that's how you take the gun apart to clean it. But you can see where it is. It's not going to do you any good as far as getting a magazine out of here, so leave that alone, just intuitively. And then right there, that's what we want. That's the magazine release. So you want the mag release button, and again, you can kind of figure out that if the magazine is in here, this is a pretty good place for a mag release button, right? So we will try to get this right from the camera. We'll push it, and now here comes the magazine. Sing, there. So now we got 8 rounds in here, and these are very real bullets, very real rounds of ammo, hollow point. And I'm not going to talk about that. I talked about that before, and I won't discuss hollow point versus full metal jacket. No. Okay, now this gun didn't get any safer. No, it did not. It has still got one up in the pipe here, and so it's ready to shoot. As soon as if I pull the trigger, it'll go bang. So it's still very, very much not safe. Got this guy. We've got these guys out, but there's still one more. But see, now when we rack the slide, like I was telling you before, reach over hand and do that, it won't be able to reload another round because we got all the other rounds here. Ha ha ha. Guess we showed it, didn't we? So I'm going to turn around this way so you can see the ejection port. And there's going to be a round in there. You can see that brass. Yep, that's the one that's trouble for us. So how are we going to get it out? The way we talked about it before. If you watched the other one, I'd recommend watching the other one first. If you want, just stop this right here and go watch the other one. I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, we're going to grab it on the handle like this. And again, here's the part where I say don't catch it. And then I also say I catch it all the time. I do. But the reason is, like I said, there's there's going to be that tumbling around, going through the air, and while you're making that heroic snatch of the one from the gun, you may end up pointing the barrel at a direction you don't want. Now, it's way, way empty, I admit that, but again, the rule is we don't point it at something we don't want to destroy or kill. So you got to keep an eye on where the barrel is pointed, and you may lose track of that if you start monkeying around trying to make the catch. Having said that, 99% of the time, I catch it. I just do. But I don't when there's an instructor watching me. No, because he will, boy, I will never hear the end of it. He'll be like, don't you dare catch that damn thing. So I'm not going to catch this one. So we're going to go, it's going to, and there it goes, hit over there, and now it's out, and now it's empty. See, there's nothing in there. Make sure it's clear. We can look inside, see it's clear. And we can look here, and there's no magazine at all because it's right here. It's the magazine. So now it's clear. Safe, but we always pretend it's loaded. So I'm still not going to point it at you, or not going to point it at me. Oh, did I talk about what I'm wearing? I didn't. Yeah, okay. You see, I'm doing this twice now, so I forget what I did. What? Yeah. That's why I pulled the camera back. For one thing, this is my body armor. Got Velcro and stuff over here, and it's safe. It's it's Velcro on top of the material. It's not less safe over here. It's still got the body armor going all the way over to here, which is more than some do on both sides, and Velcro here, and then 2 more Velcro, one here, so 6 all together to hold it together. Didn't mean it to almost rhyme, but yeah, this is my new body armor. That I got from the company. It's complicated and confidential, but anyway, I didn't pay for it, and I'm so glad they had it tailor-made for me, and it fits perfectly. If it was just a little bit smaller, it would be tight and constricting, and it's not, because it's not a little bit smaller. It's just right. And if it was a little bit larger, it would hang kind of sloppy, and then when I put a shirt on over it, it would still be sloppy, and the shirt would look funny because of the sloppiness of the vest. But it's neither of those things. It's just perfect. I love this thing, and it's class. As I said, I'm trying to do it faster. It's class 3A plus. And I'm not an expert on body armor, but generally, you know, class 3 is better than class 2, and class 2 is better than class 1, and then class 3A is better than those, and that, I would say, used to be the best body armor there is, class 3A. Now, somebody may look up, Google something and say, well, no, there's some other, you know, Swedish version or something in Switzerland or somewhere. You know, they made something, or, you know, in Tanzania, they got this other thing and it's better. But, and so they're right. Okay, so I'm not going to say it's the best body armor in the world, or was the class 3A, but it's pretty close. I'd say it's the best there was, class 3A. But then they came out with this damn other round of ammo that could penetrate it. It was either that 5.7 gun, or even maybe just a 9mm had this round of ammo that would penetrate the damn thing. And it's bad if you're the one wearing it. So anyway, so that's why this is class 3A plus. The plus means it stops that round. So if it stops that round, that means it stops every round of pistol ammo that there is. Every round. You can put the pistol right up against it and pull the trigger. Nope. You can be 30 feet away and shoot at me. Nope. No. It's impenetrable. Bulletproof. That's what I call it, bulletproof vest. So, next gun, right? Yeah, because I said all I wanted to about the vest, because we stood up. I showed it to you already, and yeah, yep. Velcro, but the Velcro is not just, you know, it's still the armor here. It's just on top of it. They've got the Velcro glued on there, just so you can put it on and take it off. So, okay, we have one more gun to do, and that's going to be the rifle, AR-15. I'll get it. Hang on. And I'm hoping this is going to go faster. No, I'm at 26. Oh, no, the other one was close, 40 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm 14 minutes ahead of schedule so far. Only one gun left. Good. Because I really do value your time. I really do. Okay, so here's the rifle. Here's the AR-15. You know, the laser scope, the laser sight there. And get it right. Yeah. And the whole bit. So, and it's going to be the same situation as the other one. The trick is get the magazine out first, so it'll quit reloading itself. Right now, it's a little more complicated, or not complicated, but it's not as intuitive where the mag release is, because this right here is the grip, you know, but the grip doesn't hold the magazine like it does with my other gun. The magazine is way over here. But it turns out that the mag release for a right-handed person is right there. Can we see that? There. That little button there. That's the mag release button. And it's close to the magazine. It's the closest button to the magazine. So you might have to have a little bit of familiarity with the thing, but now you've got the familiarity with the thing. That's the mag release. So we're going to push this, and there we go. And there's the magazine, full of very real bullets. And these are NATO green tip. I spent a little bit too much time talking about this kind of ammo too. I talked about both kinds of ammo, and I shouldn't. If I have a little bit of time, maybe I will. But anyway, you cannot shoot this ammo in ranges, in indoor ranges. They will not let you do it. They have magnets, and they will check all your ammo, every round of every mag you bring. And I usually have 4 mags in my case, carrying case, and then, well, not one of the guns. So yeah, I have four of these with me, and they check all 4, and they check them from top to bottom, because they want to make damn sure you don't have this kind of ammo, the NATO green tip, because it's steel, not lead, and it'll penetrate a lot of things. So anyway, I don't want to go into that anymore because it took time. Okay, now this is not safe yet at all, because we dropped the magazine out, but the problem is still there's one up, and that's the one that's, you know, going to kill you if you're not careful. So got to get rid of that. But we're going to do it the same way we did the other things. You know, racked it back. With this, it's like I said, it's the like I said before, not today. It is the charging handle here. Trying to make sure I get enough of this on camera. Well, first let me pull this back a little bit to show you. See that brass shining in there? That's the one more round. That's our problem child right there. So we got to get them out of there. Well, we're going to just rack this charging handle back. It's the same principle as racking the slide back on the other one. And again, I always catch it, and again, don't catch it. so I'm not going to do this time. There it was, and we saw it go across the screen and hit the floor over there. Now we're going to check it again. It's going to be empty, and I can show it to you. See, empty. There's a bolt carrier moving around, and there's nothing else in it. And if I had a third hand, I could stick my fingers in there, but I'm out of hands. So, and then there's nothing here, of course, because there's no magazine, because the magazine's right here. And, you know, not to belabor the point, but I can put the magazine back in here. It's still not ready to shoot. It's you know, there's nothing in battery, so it won't shoot. I mean, it won't shoot. Pull the trigger, nothing will happen. But again, you always treat it like it's loaded. But until I pull the charging handle and put one in the pipe here, it's not going to be any problem. Take this back out, but let's check it again. And it's nothing in there. Okay, so now we've cleared both these guns. They're completely empty, but we always treat them like they're loaded. We never point them at anybody or anything that we don't intend to destroy or kill, and we still are not putting our finger inside that trigger guard, which keeps us from putting our finger on the trigger itself. So that's that. Now, I think the best thing for me to do now here is shut up, and then I'll have made this only 31 minutes barely instead of almost 40 the other one was. So, and again, I was talking about ammo and the various reasons why you want hollow points, and they're safer actually, and stuff like that. So let's not do that, and I think that'll do it. So thank you for watching if you did. Maybe this isn't the best topic, but I was looking for something you know, to do, because I could use the cathartic value this evening of talking to y'all. And I got a chance to talk to you plenty, because I did this twice now, so I've done 70 some odd minutes of this. So I'm ready to go watch my movie Eurovision, and take care. I almost made up a new word again. Take care all. Take care everybody, and stay safe, and hope to see you again. Oops, let's look at the camera for a change instead of straight on. So take care everybody, and I do hope to see you again. Thanks.